And we've been talking about quarterbacks that will be entering the NFL, a quarterback that we thought would be exiting the NFL but did not. There are ripple effects from the Tom Brady decision to unretire. It was just one day before he came back that someone had the winning bid of over $518,000 for the ball that was the final Tom Brady career touchdown pass, a long throw and catch to Mike Evans at the end of the playoff loss to the Rams right before the Bucs called the cover zero blitz that ultimately opened the door for the Rams to win the game. But there it is, if you're watching, and if you are, thank you very much. Mike Evans with the touchdown. And what he does there, watch the end. Whoop, there it goes. And that's just like he did with touchdown pass number 600 in the regular season. The ball ends up in the stands, and it was auctioned for over $518,000. And there was a question after Tom Brady retired, what happens? And my position is, first of all, buyer beware. Anybody who was paying attention to the NFL knew that he would possibly come back, and I just thought the value of the ball was influenced by the possibility that he would come back. Like if we knew for sure he wasn't playing again, if, for example, he was dead and we knew there was no way he could come back and play, barring a resurrection, and with Tom Brady, I wouldn't rule it out. But if we knew there was no way he was playing again, then it's worth a higher amount. But, you know, it's part of the gamble. I'll pay $518,000 for this ball that potentially is going to be worth a lot less because he's going to come back. But now they agreed to void the auction. I would have never agreed, ever, to void the auction. I don't know why the buyer agreed. Well, I know why the buyer did. I don't know why the seller agreed to void the auction. Leland's issued a statement last night that both sides agreed to void it. Now, I'm no expert on auction law, and I thank God for that every night. But I can't imagine there isn't a strong element of caveat emptor, Latin for it's on you if you buy something when you know there's a chance that it may not be that thing that you thought it was because other events could happen. That's not a literal translation, but close enough. So and people got mad at me today because I said, good morning and better morning for the moron who paid $518,000 for what was Tom Brady's last touchdown pass the day before he unretired. How dare you call him a moron? Well, first of all, I don't know who the person is, but I think it's fair to say they're a moron. And they got a gift. They got the ultimate Hail Mary in being able to walk away from that $518,000. Miles, there is no way in hell I would have ever let that person off the hook. Because are you not paying attention to what's going on in the world? There's plenty of talk about Tom Brady coming back. Don't bet that he isn't. Don't buy that ball for $518,000. Anyway, rant over.
Yeah, there was a lot of, Christian allusions in that little rant there that you just had for Easter. You know, if somebody's going to be topical. Trying to be topical. I guess you are. No, good job with that. I don't know that I ever would pay. I mean, I don't have the kind of money to do it, but I don't know that I would ever pay like $500,000 for a football, like a touchdown ball. So, I mean, in that way, yeah, it's like, great, they get to avoid that, but also it's, now you also don't have the memorabilia that you thought you would get, right? So, I mean, you can still go and buy that playoff football. It's still, a touchdown pass that could be Brady's last in the playoffs if they don't make it to the playoffs. It's still a Tom Brady touchdown football, but certainly it isn't worth as much as 500,000 plus, if that's the case. What is something that you would want, like a piece of football memorabilia that you would be like, man, I am throwing it down for that?
I'd love to have a Super Bowl ring. I would love to own a Super Bowl ring. So maybe one of these days, if the opportunity arises, if I can buy low, then maybe I would buy a Super Bowl ring. I would love to own a Super Bowl ring. Or I could just walk away with one like someone once did 15 years or so ago. You know that story, don't you? You're familiar with that.
No.
When Putin stole Robert Kraft's ring.
Oh,
Putin
yes.
Just walked. That's the ultimate boss move.
Now you're trying to be really topical.
Here's my ring. Oh, thank you very much. Bye. Just leave with it. Yeah. It's great. Put the onus on them to say, excuse me, that's my Super Bowl ring you're walking away with. I just don't know what you would do. Like with that football, you pay $518,000. What do you do? You get a case, obviously. Where do you put it? Does it go on the mantle? Does it go on a coffee table? Do you build a shrine to it? Do you have like a special case? Are there like lasers protecting it like a Mission Impossible movie? Like, what do you do with that? And is it just for the benefit of you to sit there and say, there's Tom Brady's final NFL touchdown pass, and I own it? Is it for your satisfaction? Is it to impress friends or relatives? Is it to get dates? Like, are women impressed by that? Like, hey, babe, you want to come home and see my final Tom Brady touchdown pass? I don't know what the motivation is. What's the motivation to spend? And that's the other reason why I have no sympathy for the person who agreed to pay for it. Because if they can pay $518,000 for a Tom Brady touchdown pass, they got money to burn. They're not going to miss the $518,000. If you can convert that much of your savings into football that sits on shelf for you to look at from time to time, you can be on the wrong side of a bad transaction.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you can be. You probably do have a lot of money to burn, and you just want it. I mean, sometimes people just want things. Like, there's that commercial now, and I don't remember what travel site it is, but it's like, are you going to regret the things you didn't buy or the places you didn't go? I'm like, I regret things I didn't buy all the time. I wish I had gone to, like, concerts. I wish I had bought, certain things. Like a keyboard at one point. I wish I'd bought that. Wish I'd gotten a different car. I regret things I don't buy all the time. So maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I know I can buy this and I want to buy this, so I'm going to buy it. And more power to you, if you want to do that.
I force myself to never regret anything, and there have been occasions where I have bought something that I deep down regretted, but I refuse to let myself regret it. And so you end up wearing that shirt that doesn't really fit, or you end up listening to that album that you really don't like, hoping that if you force yourself to listen to it enough times, you'll decide you like it and not think you made a bad purchase, whatever the case may be. I'm very good at convincing myself not to regret things. All right, I think I regret this show.
You sure,
today.
Mike? I don't know. I'm gonna ask you that Mike Mularkey question. Do you have any regrets?
Oh, wow. Well, if you put it that way... That guy that I killed that night back in 1993, yeah, I see that I am never going to omit that question from any interview I ever did again. Who would have known that a question as simple as, do you have any regrets, could unlock such truths?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.